Is there any cause for concern when it comes to Aidan Hutchinson's contract? Let's talk Lions. Woo! Man, I know we're in the doldrums of the offseason, as my father might say. We are in the offseason or football purgatory, really. Nothing's happening. And you know what's lovely? Is when there is no news during this period, it's normally good news. Because if you're hearing news come out of, OTAs or minicamp or these certain things where we're not actually, or in this time when it's like the calm before the storm, if there's news, it's probably not good. That's kind of the way I've always seen it, unless it's a contract that does get signed. But for the most part, if there's something Brad Holmes has taught us over the last couple of years, it's he signs the big ones during draft week. Now, I heard Mike Florio talking on PFT, I think it's PFT is what it's called, where he was giving his 2 cents regarding Aidan Hutchinson, the Lions, and the contract situation. And I couldn't disagree more with the man. Like, and I'm going to play you some audio bites so that you can hear it, so that you don't have to watch the whole thing, because, my God, it's purgatory. So people are just making up crap to stir the pot and to have something to talk about, which is why you're like, is that what you're doing, Jay? No, but maybe. Here we are. Aidan Hutchinson's contract, I don't believe there's anything to worry about, because I think Brad Holmes has proven he will pay our guys who are due their money. So let's just listen to this and we'll kind of break down what we're listening to here.
Has history, and they have become very adept at signing their key young players. And they usually do it now during draft week. Last year, receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown, after his third year, he got a new contract draft week. Penei Sewell, first-round tackle after his third year, new contract draft week. This year, safety Kirby Joseph, draft week, after 3 years, new contract. Aidan Hutchinson, 3 years in, still waiting. And this is a strange situation because no one is talking about the fact that Hutchinson doesn't have a deal. We talk about TJ Watt. We talk about Micah Parsons. We talk about Trey Hendrickson. Pass rusher, pass rusher, pass rusher. Here's Hutchinson. He doesn't have a deal. No conversation about it.
Okay, first and foremost, it's because those other guys are holding out for that money. Right, when it comes to, well, maybe not TJ Watt, I wouldn't say he's holding out, but Hendrickson, Micah Parsons is chatting it up in the news. I don't think it's a bad thing, Mike, that it's not being brought up in the news. He's going to go on to continue to talk about it a little bit more here, but that doesn't make it a bad thing. My question becomes, what are you getting at?
He had a 12 to 15-minute press conference at off-season workouts. Wasn't asked a single question about it.
Yeah, because I think our beat reporters know how Brad Holmes works. I think the beat writers and the journalists, I think they all understand Brad's MO at this point, right? Like, we know how he operates, and how he operates is he's going to pay his guys. There's no worry. I think that's the big thing, and it's interesting. When you listen to a national media host talk about the Lions, you and I both know this. I honestly don't think they know what the hell they're talking about. I really think that they're so either A, just going for that clickbait, or B, so caught up in the grand scheme of the NFL that they're not zeroed in on the Lions. You and I spend day after day, month after month, year after year, so keyed in on this one organization that I think we have a better understanding of the way Holmes works, the way Campbell works, of what their language is, what they're talking about, and understanding exactly what they're trying to get at here. So even the beat writers, like, I appreciate that nobody asked Hutchinson, hey, the contract situation, because we all know Brad's gonna pay him. If Hutch continues to play like he has, it's a no-brainer.
Part of the problem is he wants to be in Detroit. And the challenge for the Lions will be to not use that against him. We see that time and again. I've made that point at PF.
Again. Yeah, Hutch wants to be here. And guess what? Holmes and Campbell and Sheila, they all want him here. Everybody's going to work together to make this happen. This is not just some random player who we picked up in the 4th round. And like, listen, Hutch is going into that. Is going into this next season. Obviously, he had that terrible, gruesome injury, but we all know who he is and what he's going to be. I don't think there's a single fear that Hutch is going to fall off and that there's not a contract coming his way. And I don't think it's a problem that he wants to be here and that we want to keep him here. Like this is a healthy marriage between the two. This isn't Hendrickson saying, hey, pay me. And the Bengals say, we'll talk next year. Next year comes, outperforms, and they say, yeah, we're not going to pay you. That's not how Brad Holmes is doing business. Mike, look at the past. You brought it up, Amon-Ra St. Brown. You brought it up, Kirby Joseph. You brought it up, Penei Sewell. Even Aleem McNeil. Like, we are paying the guys who perform. I don't think there's a single fear. So again, is this just purgatory of there's nothing else to talk about, so let's make up crap to try to stir the pot? Because you're freaking stirring. You're stirring me.
The most loyal, dedicated, happy employees are the ones who are most likely to be taken advantage of.
Not in this era. Not in this era of the Detroit Lions. The guys who perform are paid, period.
Because the boss is going to be more focused on keeping the unhappy people happy, the people who have options and who are willing to explore them in the fold. They'll pay them more than they'll pay the person who's happy. And at some point, the question becomes, will the person who's happy wake up one day and say, screw this. I've been too good to them for too long. They've taken advantage of me. I'm out. The problem.
All right. So I'm not going to make you listen to the other 2 minutes of it because it's asinine and it's just rolling around. I just have to shoot it straight. I think this is fodder for the fire. This is fodder for the offseason fire. And there is little to no truth to even sustained plausibility. I don't even think that this is a plausible thing. Hutchinson is who he is. He's performed the way he has performed. Yeah, the Lions want to see him bounce back, but I don't think there's even a fear. And it's not a matter of, well, like it's just good business. And it's saying, let's see where you're at. Are you as healthy? Because we want to pay you. That's the big difference, Mike. That's the big difference, national media. I don't see the fact that the Lions are like, we don't want to pay our guys. The proof is in the pudding. And let the track record show we're paying the guys who perform, period. And we like to pay the guys. Brad wants to pay our men first. He's not going out trying to find. He wasn't willing to go get Myles Garrett for whatever that egregious, contract was. What is it, $40 million a year? I think it's something crazy. But he would rather give that to Hutchinson, and you and I both know it. We all know it. We all know it. So those are just my thoughts regarding this, regarding the Hutchinson contract. I don't think Lions fans have a thing to worry about. Don't believe the NFL national media hype. Again, I think we have a better pulse on what's happening in Detroit. I think the beat writers, the journalists, I think there's just a better pulse as to how the Lions are doing business, especially because Lions fans have seen bad business for decades here. We have seen nothing but bad business. So you know what? If this was 2015, I'd probably go, yeah, okay, fair. But Mike, it ain't 2015 anymore. It's not 2015, 2016, Calvin Johnson moving on. We're not going to, it's not bad business. Brad Holmes does his business, and he does it well, and he doesn't do it publicly. And I love that the journalists didn't ask Hutch. I love that nobody asked Hutch. Because we just know. We just know. The questions are, how you feeling? Where are you mentally? Where are you physically? Where are you in all of these categories? So that we know what Hutchinson we're getting, and I think we all believe we're getting that dog. So, Lions fans, you got nothing to worry about. I don't think you have anything to worry about. Don't trust the fodder. Don't fan the flame. Let's put that flame out, and let's get ready for training camp.